finger down if one of your invoices has never been paid.
Girl. I'm so excited for this.
I know, but me too, so badly, like.
Thank you guys all for being here. I know how busy you are during Fashion Week, how tired you are during Fashion Week.
Girl.
So being here and sharing this moment with us is so important to us. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I also want to start by extending a huge thank you to the Miss 60 team and Frederic, who believed in this idea just from its concept and who dressed us all so fabulously tonight. Thank you, 60. I also would love to thank you to BIBO Burgers, who makes sure that we are never too chic to eat. And to Canetta Wine, who's keeping our glasses full and making sure that we are having a great fucking conversation tonight, ladies.
Cheers!
Les Amis de Mes Amis came from the idea that fashion shouldn't have to be a room that you need an invitation to be invited into. Everyone should be able to participate in fashion in whatever concept and idea that they want to. That's why tonight, with this conversation, we're trying to open the doors on the conversations that happen behind closed doors. This is what fashion sounds like when fashion is talking to itself and finally lets everybody else listen. I remember a conversation I had with the founder of Outlander magazine during his exclusive coverage of the LVMH prize. I asked if he was nervous to be there, and he said, no. Once I'm in the room, I'm just as important as everybody else that's in the room. This completely changed my perspective of the fashion industry because I realized that talent doesn't come from access. Talent comes from the opportunities that you create for yourself. That's what Les Amis de Mes Amis is all about. It's
Louder.
about exchange. It's about having conversations and creating something real that is a resource for everybody, that is helpful for everybody, that gives someone something that they need before they get into the room themselves. So every one of you was picked for a very specific reason. You all have a very strong cultural voice in fashion. You all have something to say. You all have worked so hard to get to where you are, and we know there's so much more to come. So we're very excited to hear what all of you guys have to talk about tonight. Les Amis de Mes Amis would not exist without all of you guys. The friends of friends that open doors, that create opportunities, that assist on set, that give you a media hit from time to time. This is what creates fashion. This is what shapes fashion. So we're so excited to bring this conversation to everybody. And thank you so much for being a part of Ménage episode. And cheers to all of you for being here.
Cheers.
Mes amis.
Okay, so guys, my earliest memory in fashion, I don't know if you guys know this, but my mom was the Paris correspondent for American Vogue for like, you know, she likes to say 20 years, but it was more like 40. But anyways, and I remember this one time, so I would always go assist her on shoots and whatever, and I would be sitting on her lap, like H6, like front row, yeah, like at Dior or whatever. I'm flexing, but it was fun. But that being said, I do remember this like super awkward moment, but it was fun. But it was one of my earliest memories. I must have been like 8 or 9 years old, right? And my mom brought me to the Nina Ricci show in Paris. And so all the seats, it was like cubes, right? And so everyone had their name on their seat, and it was like these little cubes next to each other, and everyone would sit down. And so my mom would like get me in the show, and then she'd start talking to the PRs and whatnot, and she'd kind of like abandon me. And so I would have to like figure out where I was sitting. And so I saw like these like cubes, because there'd be like 3 cubes behind 3 cubes, whatever. I saw this like range of cubes where no one was sitting. So I was like, oh great, I'm just gonna sit front row at that cube area.
Of course.
And so I sit front row at that cube area, and I'm sitting and I'm chilling, and I'm like age 8 wearing my, you know, like fucking American Apparel hoodie, you know, thinking I'm like so cool, you know? And all of a sudden, like 5 minutes later.
Some PR comes for you.
No. Grace Coddington sits next to me, okay? And even age 8, 9 years old, I knew who Grace Coddington was, right? Because like, I grew up in this shit. So I'm like, I'm starting to feel a bit uneasy because I'm starting to recognize all the like American Vogue people like sitting next to me, and they're all looking at me sus, like, what the fuck is this 8-year-old? What the fuck is she doing, right? And all of a sudden I'm like getting a little angsty, and I'm like, and I like get up off my little cubicle chair, and I like look down, and all of a sudden I see the name in calligraphy, and it says that I'm sitting in Anna Wintour's chair. So let me tell you, the way I ran, I have never run so fast in my fucking life. I got out of that fucking chair, and I was out.
Gone.
Like a light, girl. And thank God, because 5 minutes later, guess who showed up? Anna fucking Wintour, who sat in her seat that I'd kept super warm and cozy for her in the meantime. And that is one of my earliest memories of fashion.
Honestly,
Shake me that way. How about you, girl?
Honestly, one of my first fashion memories of like really like being like, I want to be a part of this. I feel like a lot of like girls, young girls can relate. It was watching the Victoria's Secret fashion show, because that was the epitome.
100%.
That was the epitome of runway. If you were an angel, you were it. And to be a girl like at the age of 11 to 13, you just like, I want to be an angel so goddamn bad. And I remember literally, maybe between the ages of like 8 to 11, wearing like literal like boy shorts, taking my t-shirt and tucking it up under my training bra, taking a pair of my stepmom's size 8 heels, and just walking up and down in front of my mirror, and just being like, I'm her. I'm her, I'm an angel.
Love the
And it was just an insane false confidence that I was like, I'm gonna be a part of this fucking industry. I might not be an angel, but I'm gonna work my way in there.
I might just get body dysmorphia, but I'm gonna be a part of this industry.
But we're gonna work through that, and we're gonna jump that hurdle, and I'm gonna be part of this fucking industry.
No, but it was such a good
And that's what you need. You need just some some silly little idea in your head as a kid that just like turns into some like little passion. And then look, you're sitting front row last night, were you not? I haven't been on the Victoria's Secret runway yet, but there's still time.
Never say never.
There's still time.
Never. 100%.
It's so interesting to sit at a table with a group of people who all work in fashion. I feel like sometimes to outside people, we are all a bit out of touch. So I actually have a question for Freddie. Is there like a myth that you want to debunk for people who are not working in fashion, that they always like think that we are like a bit out of touch?
Well, Lynn told me she doesn't smoke, which I thought like everyone in fashion does. And, yeah.
Girl.
Hello.
No.
Yeah. I didn't do I'm from London, and in London you do A-levels, and I didn't do A-levels, so I went like straight to fashion school. So at 16, we had smoke breaks, and I was like, whoa.
Crazy work.
I was like start school at like 9 or 8 or something, and then 11, 15 you have a smoke break, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Love that for us.
Yeah, so I thought everyone smoked. Also, again, Lynn drinks like Coke, and it's not the Diet Coke, and I thought everyone again drinks Diet Coke, so super like unfashionable. Serious note, myth to debunk. I don't know. I mean, fashion people, I guess, it's a luxury to get into fashion. Even though like we made jokes earlier about being like a nepo baby, like number one, like the way nepo babies work is of my granddad is a dentist and my dad's a dentist, and then I become a dentist. Like it runs in the family. So getting into fashion is still like very like you have to be quite almost privileged to get into it. Maybe you don't have family circumstances that force you to get a job quicker or to not follow your passion or your dream, but to, you know, just get the first job you can and like elevate from there. So I think it's, you know, a myth to debunk is a lot of people who are into fashion are just regular people as well, even though we kind of seem stuck up. I guess we're just following our dream. There's no difference than a fashion designer and a football player, I guess. If you want to play it and you get paid to do it, then well done. Yeah, and especially after you said that one of the people you like and respect is Gabriel Moses. That's a guy who I met when I was quite young, and he's just a regular guy, you know? And he's still like, it's weird being in Paris, sagging my trousers, I feel weird, but like Gabriel does it, you know? Just regular people who like sag our pants and like play FIFA and just...
And drink normal Coke.
Yeah, and I drink Diet Coke.
So you are a fashion.
I was bugging out, I was like, I have no sparkling water. But yeah, like, I don't know, it's just good to keep in the family. Like the way I got into this was, I met she's a big sister, even though we're not connected by blood. I met Moa, who's like my big sister. And I was like interning for her for a couple of, like, long time. We just grew up and now I'm at Miss 60. It's literally just friends meeting friends, like elevating from there, meeting people. Going to Miss 60, I've had to like, it's weird because I'm from London, but my dream was to move to Paris. Miss 60 was able to get me that visa to do that since Brexit messed up for everyone. But I've had to like learn Chinese on the way.
I was not expecting that.
All right.
Freddie Saint-Laurent has become Chinese.
No, honestly.
Wait, can I say hi? My name's Freddie.
We can talk in Chinese.
Please.
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 Show a little Chinese. Come on.
I'm not doing that. It was good, but I'm not doing that. I'm not talking about food right now. I'm not doing that.
He knows.
Yeah, no, because Miss 60 is an Italian company, so it's like British, working for an Italian company, learn Chinese on the way, and now I'm in France. So it's like, and the reason why I say that is because I was having an argument with an intern. She was saying she's from North Africa, and obviously her oppressions and her struggles are real, but she kept on talking about how hard it was to get into fashion as someone who's North African, which I acknowledged. But my whole point was, like I said, I'm a black, 23-year-old, pretty heterosexual guy. Yeah.
23.
What? Yeah. Congratulations.
I've just aged. I've just aged.
Fashion ages you.
Everyone's fashion.
That's admirable.
Yeah,
I think we're like surprised because you're already at such a high level at that age.
Exactly.
It's not because you look
No, it's not because your Botox structure is really bad.
23 is a creative director is unheard of.
It's nice. I was having this argument because her point is valid, but I look at this table, obviously hosted by a black woman, which I think is super important. You know, and there's like two Asian people on this table. There's I mean you're French or but you're Lebanese, you know.
American, French.
Two Asians, two black people on this table in Paris. That's not as I mean there's obviously space for more, but that's not as white orientated as a lot of people want to put themselves down to be. And also, I'm not a superhero. Lyndon's not a superhero. We're not the only black and Asian people chosen to be into fashion. So I think another thing I want to talk about is, you know, if you try hard enough, you can get to this point. You can you can get places. And that's why I brought up like black, straight guy working for an Italian company in France, especially after my country said, oh yeah, you can't go to France without a visa.
What's your country?
UK, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Brexit ruined it. So, you know, work hard, you can do stuff, you can migrate. So that's like a myth I want to debunk. You know, the world isn't against you. If you work hard enough, you can try and
100%.
you can overcome things.
Major.
But that's like my upbringing, you know, like how my first fashion job was working for a black woman as well. And now
Who was it?
Moalola.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like Moalola, Miss 60 has always been like woman in my life, like woman's clothes. And so that was like my beginning. And so my questions for Lynn is, what was your first like fashion job? How did you get into it? How did you land it?
Oh, so silence. Okay. Hello guys, this is Lynn.
Hello. I have a lot to say because I was such an outsider, like more than outsider before I got into fashion. I did my uni degree, industrial management.
Wow, what?
My dad is an engineer.
Girl, you're way too pretty for that shit.
And also another thing is,
I don't age you.
yeah, when I was in China, during like middle school, high school, I wasn't the prettiest girl. Like I was even not the pretty girl in the class.
I don't believe that.
Because Chinese beauty standard is different.
I don't believe
People
that.
love pale skin. People love bigger eyes, double eyelid. I really have to say, like I don't born with the confidence, and I got no confidence till I looked cute when I was 3 years old, and I don't look pretty when I was 7 because I was like taking sun the whole time, and then in school I wasn't the prettiest girl ever, and then when I was in uni, I see some other girls like models in London. I see that they can also represent Asian beauty in that way, and I can also do that. I didn't got the confidence before, but since the moment that I got it, I asked my makeup artist friend to be a model, but I didn't even know what is that. And I did my engineer degree, right? I chose to go do my master degree in Milan because I thought it's one of the most important fashion city, and everyone going New York, everyone going London, everyone going Paris, I didn't know anyone in Milan. So I was like, okay, I will take that place, and then I can host my friends to be here. So I went in Milan, I applied for a fashion school. The first day when I was in school, my English wasn't that perfect. I was so scared also, but I just ran. I chose to be brave. I was shaking. I chose to be brave, ran to the professor saying, can I be a model? If you have any student shoes, just call me. Oh. So I stepped myself out.
That's good.
Oh, you're stunning.
That was my first step. But the very first step was the moment that I chose to get into a fashion school. And then I became a model, start from the student shoots. And I found myself pretty, and I only shoot myself in all the projects happening in Milan, like 2 years. And my professor even asked me, Lyndon, can you please shoot someone else? I was like, no. It's my own stage.
Just lonely.
As long as I can finish the degree, I want my portfolio full of my face, because I have a lot to tell everyone else. I don't born with this confidence, and I have to tell all the girls, especially the young girls, that they're easy to go on the wrong path. Or the young kids, when they look at some, they all love pretty girls, but you have to really realize that you are also pretty.
Yeah.
And by the way, that how I share my life, daily, casual, candid pictures, playful, but I want to share to everyone that I don't even want to edit my pictures. I just want to share everyone. You can look pretty in this way. You can look pretty in every way, but whatever you want to do. This is all. And I did industrial management. I was very proud.
Girl.
I would never work as an engineer.
Girl.
And now I'm here on this table talk about fashion.
Woo! That's that was fucking hot, girl.
Oh, that's good.
That's kind of, also, like, nobody has ever told me anything.
Yeah.
I think me kind of personality, I choose to learn from my own experience. So I have to go through all of that. Mm-hmm. But then I can tell to people, but all this like real experience, the real things happen, the real things that hurts, the real things that I appreciate I have to tell everyone the real stuff instead of something that we heard from other people's mouth.
Yeah.
So that's all about the true story.
Damn, girl, real talk right there.
Yeah,
Boom.
That was so good.
and I feel like it makes more sense now, like to relate, like to influencers and ads, because then you relate like to real people, like to real characters, and then it's more targeting like your own personality, or you relate more like to your own life, like it's more like your own standards of beauties and everything. And also, I was thinking, like, when you are in school, it's always the ones that bullies, or not be bullied, but like the ones that were not like the standard beauty that will make it into the future in general.
Absolutely.
Like you have more passion.
Because we have to go through the first part of insecure, and we really have to cut ourselves in pieces and put them together again, so we're strong. So we're strong women.
Trauma make you stronger.
Trauma make you stronger.
Bah oui.
C'est vrai. C'est vrai.
Beautiful.
Now I'm going to throw a question to my ring.
Love.
Cute.
Cute. Because as I just said, I don't have anyone tell me anything, right? But still, it's very important to get advices from people. So how do you wish someone had told you before you get into this industry?
For me, a good advice when you start into fashion will be it's harder to stay than to get in general. So when you get in, you feel like, oh, it's fine. Not it's done, but that's it. I reached like...
I made it.
I made it, and you're like, okay, I have a foot in fashion. But no, like when I'm on set, every day, like you have a new client, and it's just like you have, it's a mission after another mission, after another contract, after another contract. So you need to be always on top, smiling, entertaining, but also professional. So this is what I want to say, like you need to keep your energy on top. And this is not the case when you are in a company or anything. You can, I don't know, you can have your mood and today is not okay or whatever. No, in this industry, every day you need to be on top. You need to have like so much energy. So every day, you need to re-deal maybe a new contract, or maybe your client gonna drop you the next time. Like you don't know, you have this little fear. So you need to be so strong and to be so confident to be in this industry, because you never know. And whenever don't take anything personally, because if you are genuine in what you do, and you always like introduce yourself as you are, and you have a good storytelling, you will make it. But there is this thing of when you have your foot in, you are not done. Like every day, it's a new mission, it's a new thing. You always be to do it on top of everything. So voila.
You gotta show up every single day.
Ouais.
You gotta show up every single day like it's your first day.
Yeah.
I remember I recently actually left a position and the company told me, you know what? There's a whole line of girls that would kill to do what you're doing. And I know I'm not the only person. I'm not the only person at this table that's heard the same thing. People would kill to have the position you have.
And for free.
So for that, we don't have to pay you. We don't have to give you benefits. We don't have to do all of these things for you. And we can treat you like anything, because someone else will do it if you don't. So that's why you always have to show up like it's the best day and it's the first day and you are ready to fucking go, which is hard. It's a creative industry, but it has the same sort of intensity and rigor that an engineer could have. That a doctor, I mean, let's not get too dramatic. We're not saving lives. It's fashion. We're not saving lives. But it's the same rigor and it's the same intensity.
Yeah. It's not
that
like you have
any
your
industry can
degrees.
share.
It's not like you have your degrees, like you are a doctor and it's done, and you don't need to prove anything. No, every day you have to prove it.
Every single day.
100%.
So that's it. This is what I want to say to those people. And advice: you need to be strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and keep pushing. Voilà.
Keep on pushing.
Keep on pushing. And I have a little question. as well. For you, Cassia.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
For who? For
And
me?
you. What would be your advice to the next generation of fashion entering, fashion
Okay.
people entering fashion?
So my advice is I'm gonna keep it simple, right?
Be safe.
And it's gonna sound maybe a little either over the top or cliche, depending on who I'm speaking to. But you know what? For me, it's all about taking that fucking risk. You know, it's about sneaking into that show if you have the opportunity to. It's about going to that after party and getting drunk and talking to those PRs, talking to that creative director, talking to that stylist. It's about sneaking in wherever the fuck you can get into. It's about taking that risk, showing what you've got. It's fashion, it's this industry, it's all about networking. It's about who you know. It's about who you're talking to. It's about all of this conversation that you're gonna have with people. It's not, at the end of the day, mostly about your talent. It's about your will to take risk, basically, and to go there. How far will you go? Look at people like Lias, you know, the fashion commenter.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look at him. He came out of nowhere. He took that risk. He snuck into those shows. He did that. And then when Dior, they said, fuck off, they didn't invite him to their show, he was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take the risk to counter that by throwing a watch party. Look at it now. He was front news in the New York Times. You have
everywhere.
Exactly. You have to take that risk. And so basically all I have to say for any newcomer in this industry, whether it be to be a designer, to be a stylist, to be a journalist, to be even a buyer, to be whatever you want to be, take the fucking risk. Go there. Take that risk. Infringe the law. Sneak into that party. Talk to people. Really put yourself out of your comfort zone, because that's how you're gonna make yourself known. That's how you're gonna show your talent. That's how you're gonna show your grit, what you're worth, and that's what's gonna make a difference at the end of the day. Because what you fight for, especially in this industry where everyone's fighting, okay? It's like a gladiator ring. That is what's gonna make a difference. So go for it. Sneak into the motherfucking after party. Do it.
Fashion
Do
coach.
it.
Fashion coach.
Do it, okay? Yeah, let's give it a round of applause, guys.
I have a question for Giulia.
Okay.
First, I would love for you to talk to us a little bit about the agency that you built, Nitro Factory. What is the Nitro Factory?
The Nitro Factory is a production agency based in Paris since 4 years.
Wow.
Now 4 years, yeah.
Wow. And what kind of events do you work on?
Like so many kind of different events, like birthday of VIP, VAC, products placement, runway.
What is the most exciting event that you've worked on recently?
Recently,
Yeah.
Recently, I think the most exciting it was for the Rosalia birthday.
Yeah. That was pretty fun.
She's
It
fabulous.
was really intense, but it was crazy.
It was like a Latina birthday, so I bet.
I saw her at
She's
Zara.
amazing.
I saw her at Zara's 50th birthday celebration like a couple days ago, and she looked
She was there. She looked
incredible. She looked incredible. I love her.
She's really cute. Really, it's a really
Well,
nice
congratulations. Like,
Thank you,
that's huge.
guys.
Yeah, round of applause.
The Nitro Factory. Hell yeah.
face.
Hell yeah. And what inspired you to work in this field of production?
In this industry on this kind of agency.
For your
Right.
agency?
For my agency, I think, I don't know, because, I don't know, I think it's Paris, the energy of Paris, of the city. Like, for me, Paris is a little bit like New York.
No, New York is like Paris.
There we go.
Let's get things
No, but
straight.
it's more
You get-
creative. I'm sorry, it's more creative in Paris at the moment.
It's more artistic. It's more.
Yeah.
Voilà, voilà. One of the kind,
Maybe.
please.
Per favore.
Per favore.
Stop.
S'il vous plaît.
Yes.
So you talked to us before about how you always kind of dreamed about living in Paris. Can you talk about that? How you could open
My
a Nitro
dream-
factory anywhere. Why did you open it in Paris?
Because I was young, I was moving in Paris like 10 years, since 10 years now.
Wow.
And at the start, for me, it's like, okay, I'm in Paris, I want something. I want something of me. And now this thing is the Nitro factory.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Brava, brava.
And now I have a question for you, Archie.
Yep.
What is your favorite project?
I'd say my favorite project was my first Jimmy Choo campaign. So I was like a year into directing fashion, and the Jimmy Choo direct, like there wasn't even an agency, reached out to me. And I remember just before the call, I was actually like so excited. I was like, this is a dream come true. Exactly. I grew up with my mum, because I always wonder like, why do I make women's wear films? Because I don't actually know. But thinking back to it, my mum, growing up, would always have shoes and handbags, and she loved her Jimmy Choos. So it was kind of like a little full circle moment when they reached out. And why it was my favorite project is that so I was directing the social campaign, and I was on set with a global campaign. And I remember, basically I was the social unit. The global campaign was already being shot. And at the time, it was one of my favorite models as well being shot, Vivian Horner, I forget her surname. She's from New York. And there was this like really big photographer and director, and I was just like watching it, I was like, wow. And then within like a few minutes, I had like a whole team of like older Spanish people come up to me, and the producer was like, okay, so you've got your set designer, you're this, you're that. She was like, anything you want, just say it. And I was like, this is actually what a director feels like, you know? Because up until that point, my come up was doing a lot of self-shooting, directing, a lot of promo work, directing a lot of music videos. And I always had an idea of, what that would feel like being a director. And I remember my favorite moment was, because as soon as I knew that I had everyone's respect, which I wasn't actually used to as well, I actually like kind of carried myself like a director would. And we done a little location scout around the roads, and I remember the set designer come up to me, and there was like a little scene where it was outside a restaurant, and we had to redress it for this like little beauty moment of some shoes and handbags. And she come up to me, and basically the set designer come up to me and basically was like, look, you can have a Vespa, just tell me like blue, black, you can have a Vespa, whatever you want. We can get fairy lights, we can make it look like it's nighttime, anything you want. And I was just like, this is crazy. I ended up getting 3 Vespas in, never used them. I was just like, that was gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's also what's really cool is that I feel like you really like realized that you were passionate about what you were doing at that moment,
Yeah,
like the twinkle came up.
Yeah, honestly, like it's just when I first started making films during university, I literally just taught myself how to. I would make little YouTube films of my life.
Right.
I used to like go around London and climb rooftops and like hang off of cranes and stuff, and I would make films about it. And
Parquet.
parkour, yeah. And yeah, just I've always, for me, it's just like that little kid inside me. I get so inspired all the time to want to make films, like whether it's like just experiencing a little moment, a conversation. I always write it down in my notes, and then the next one is like, I need to make it now. So like when brands like that come to me and they actually want me to help them make it, it's like, it's the best, it's a dream.
You're part of something, you're part of a dream come true.
But it was cool because the last part of the shoot was in a villa overlooking Ibiza. And I remember like the social unit that I was directing, which is obviously much smaller than the global campaign. Like I was over one side of the villa and the global set was on the other side, and I was just like, honestly felt like I was like in arm's reach of like, because that's my ultimate goal to direct global campaigns, and just be that, you know. So it was just a project, it was just a dream, and it was also just so inspiring as well.
It's huge.
Amazing.
Hey,
Really great.
kudos to that.
This is actually
Honestly.
good job.
So something else that I've been thinking about is how I want my work to contribute to the culture beyond clothing. I think for me, like, it's really about feeling. I want to make people feel something with my work. If I can make a film that, you know, really inspires someone to want to change something about their life, that almost forces them to look in the mirror and like look into themselves, then I feel like I'm on the right track. And at the moment, for me, like, I have a dream which is like to be this global campaign director. And so what I normally do is like I sit down and like reverse engineer, like what do I need to do to get there? And the thing that I'm working on at the moment is like actually like building a style. Like when a brand comes to me, like what does Archie Baker's work say? You know, what does it actually say? And I don't think I'm quite there yet. So like these last few months, I've been like kind of building out like a whole strategy on what I want my style to look like, you know, the whole kind of world, like the textures, the colors, the characters, the casting. And so I think how I want to add to the culture is that I think the answer is that I don't actually really ever think about the culture. I just think about how I feel.
Yeah.
Because it's just like,
It's your instinct.
What your art
well,
is.
there is
Your
only,
instinct.
sounds super cliche to say, but there is only like one me. And so like, I think... I know it sounds super arrogant. It sounds cliche to say, but what
Babe, we all work in fashion.
Yeah.
Arrogance is a given. Okay, we're good. We're all good.
No, I mean, it's like a
What I'm
house
trying
to
to-
show, like,
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is like one of my favorite directors, Gabriel Moses, he's built a style based on his heritage, you know? That's like undeniable, and I can't just go imitate that, because that's not my heritage. So my heritage comes from the East End. All my family were Cockney, you know? Cockney born and bred, and that's like a dying culture. So part of my style, part of the world I'm building moving forward in the fashion world is bringing that like working class East End edge into the luxury, like bringing in different like characters of men and women and their stories of like wanting to buy their favorite Jimmy Choo shoes or bag, you know? It's like kind of like it's characters that would never even be thought of in these commercials, which are very dreamlike and very perfect. I think, in conclusion, my answer is that I just want my work, whatever it is, to be relatable. You know, I want people to feel something, because it's quite hard. It's not often you actually watch something in fashion, you're just like, wow. Because I feel like everything's like kind of recycled and on repeat. A lot of brands, from my experience, try and copy each other. And so yeah, I think kind of to simplify the answer, I just really, the little kid in me that wakes up every day and feels so inspired to make films, whether it's fashion, music, commercial, narrative, I just really want someone to feel something, you know? It's like the best feeling ever when someone comes up to me and is like, that was sick. That's kind of what I work for. That's what success looks like to me. Just those people that come up to me and just say, what you done there? Like, I get it, it was sick.
Oh, you know what, Archie, what you done, that was sick.
What you've been doing, that's sick.
Yeah.
Dude.
So yeah, bro.
Bro.
So yeah, how do you, like, talking about adding to the culture beyond clothing, like, how are you feeling about that?
I feel like that's a very serious question, and
It
I'm
was
not a very serious person.
It was
Maybe I
serious.
should talk a bit of what I do. So I do silly content on TikTok for fashion brands, so that's not a very serious thing, which what I do because I'm not a very serious person. But I do think that, like, from what I'm doing is quite interesting as to how, now it sounds like a very serious answer, to how we make things. Sometimes fashion, sometimes can be a bit deep for outsider. Let's say, like for us, we are quite used to it being in fashion. But let's imagine if you are not a fashion lover, if you are like just a person, a normal person who are not in the industry, like sometimes fashion can almost feel a bit out of touch, and it's kind of a bit like hard to approach. So in my work, very often, it's all about views, it's all about like viral, it's all about like engagement, it's all about like meeting. It's almost like democratizing fashion to like make it not in a sense of like everyone can own the garment, but like everyone can have a
Everyone can
chance.
be part of it a bit.
Yes, everyone can be like understanding of like, let's say a campaign. Sometimes campaign is like more serious, more in-depth. But like how from this campaign we can make like a softer version, some like social content that is more like digestible for people maybe not yet into fashion, but maybe through what I did, it can, at least fashion can have a chance to reach out to those audience.
Can you tell us what you do?
Yeah, so basically like what I do is like I'm doing like TikTok content. I'm working at LOEWE. Before I was working at Giulia, I'm doing social content there as well. But one of the main things that I do is like in our company, it's like a really amazing company. There's a lot of talented people. Very often they are like building like a really amazing campaign, which is like beautiful, with like filmmaker, with like art director, with like really intelligent people, to making a really in-depth and very
So not Archie then.
Making a campaign that is like really, really, really sophisticated. But sometimes it can be not that easy to digest. For example, back to your point to say about like how to be relatable, is that like, and from that campaign, what I usually do is like I do a bit of like behind the scene or like some like fun content that is more like less serious, to make people have a first touch of point.
It's not so easy to speak to everyone when the house is like luxurious, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like so far I've been quite lucky. For example, in the brand I'm working for in LOEWE, it's like it kind of somehow have the sense of humor in it, so it's easier for me. But I think this is a lot of like brand thinking about now, because it's like this thing is happening. Like fashion, sometimes we have like a big campaign, but very often people just don't have the patience to dive into that big campaign, no matter how beautiful that campaign is. But how a lot of brands like try to make things a bit more organic so that people can have like one step to step into the more deeper message on
Or
there.
relatable.
Yes, exactly. Like how to be relatable. Like in fashion, we want to be relatable, but we also wanted to send a deep message. So I guess like what my work and what I'm trying to do to bring to the culture is actually to bring more people that is outside from fashion, to kind of giving them like a first step into understand the deeper message in it, because through the thing that I do is more like silly, easy to digest.
But you're propping the door.
Exactly. It's like
deeper.
my work is never just about being silly. It's always something linked back to our brand message, the campaign, and so kind of like having people that are outside of fashion or maybe inside of the fashion to get their attention to stepping inside the real message that we want to send. Because like if we just send the real message, a lot of people just like don't have the patience or the time to digest it now.
It's just too intense.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're breaking it up into bite-sized pieces,
Exactly.
getting people interested, teasing them, and then you're opening the door and you're saying, this is fashion. Do you
Exactly.
want to know more?
Like this podcast, if we post the whole thing, probably no one will watch it. Not as many people will watch it. No, probably not as probably a lot of people will prefer to watch the snippet of this. Sorry, like cut this off. But you get my point. Very often we don't have the patience and the interest enough to watch like a long 1 hour thing.
Yeah.
But how we usually absorb things is like those 10 seconds on our phone. And how do we, in those 10 seconds, to make people who are actually interested in the podcast, I'm interested in the 10 seconds. So I'll click the link to watch the whole thing.
Exactly.
So this is like usually what I'm doing, and hopefully from this I can make fashion to be more.
So basically, Olivia, to watch your podcast, get naked in the first day of the
I need you to help with the socials.
Well, I love to.
That's an amazing job to have.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
I love my job. It's like never serious. It's a very fun job.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I'm going to take that, and I would love to share this question with the entire table. What for you is the next advice for the future of fashion?
What is that difficult question? I don't know, be yourself. In this moment, we can be yourself.
Yeah.
Advice, I think, is find a role model, or that could be numerous role models, and try and see what people did well, whether they're dead or alive, or if you know them physically. Oh, I like what this person did. I like how this person did this. I like how this person talked about this. I like how this person designed like that. And just try and gain a role model, because it's impossible to do anything by yourself.
I would say, believe in your own brain and bring something out of the table, and people will just follow your trend.
True.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Bravo. I'm not sure about this one, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. No. Stay loyal. Stay loyal.
That's a good one.
Loyal to your friend, but to yourself, and also to the people you start with. What works, it's just showing your vision, being this single vision you have, how you see everything. Just be confident. This is, in fact, the most important thing is how you sell your vision, how you sell to the people. It's not if you have the most creative vision or anything. It's how you sell it. It's how you speak. It's how you are with people. If you are nice, if you are smiley or fun or everything, is really about this.
And if you're not friends.
Ouais, it's really your relationship. Oui, it's really your relationship. It's not the creativity.
Yeah. And it's how you sell yourself. If I can kind of encompass everything you just said, you need to be able to sell what you've got to add to this industry and know how to say, this is what I've got and this is how I can help you.
And if you know your worth, you can do whatever you want. For real. No, for real. No.
Archie?
I think it's really hard in life to find something that you enjoy. And I was lucky enough to find that, I think maybe around 16, 17. And I would just say, keep experimenting until you do find it. Keep failing, embrace failure, embrace all the struggle, because eventually you will find it. Mm-hmm. And once you have found that, whatever that is in fashion, I can only really speak from a filmmaker perspective, but once you have found it, just really try your best to love it and live and breathe it, because when you do that, it's infectious and people feel it. And it's also very easy to lose that, because when you start getting success, when you start getting a lot of work, a lot of the time that work isn't necessarily the work you want to be doing, but it's also hard to say no to it. So for me as a filmmaker, my thing is, I've come out here this week not really to work, not to shoot any shows. I'm actually quite detached from Fashion Week this week. I've come out just to work on a project with up-and-coming models, because it's I'm just practicing my craft, So just live and breathe it and enjoy it. And as well, every film you make, every project you make, every collection you make, learn from your mistakes, write those mistakes down, take that on to the next one. And slowly but surely you'll make less mistakes. You'll probably still make just as many mistakes, but you'll make less mistakes, and that's growth, and that's how you get better.
Can I get a high five? That was good.
That was fun.
My advice to people who want to join the industry is really to send that DM message, to send that inbox message on LinkedIn.
Go slide in.
To the person that you really admire, you wanted to work with, to that job that you wanted, send that job application, build that portfolio. Rather than just thinking I'm so far away, I cannot join this, but just send that message and build that portfolio and just reach out, because that's how I get my first job in fashion. And it did work, and it was a dreams come true. So really just to send that message. Send a message to the RSVP email for the after party. Yep. Talk to the people that you admire on Instagram. Exactly.
Photoshop that QR code.
Start the podcast that you wanted. Reach out to the people. Even ask for advice. Just reach out. Just ask for advice. Ask people how did they make to where they are right now. Just ask and just reach out. Just send that message.
Take the fucking risk.
Exactly. Take the risk. Send that message.
Take the risk.
send the message.
That's what we do.
Really, going off of that, one of the biggest things that I ever did to like start working off of fashion is I have a BCC list that I send before every single fashion week of 182 contacts that I have in and around fashion. And
Am I in it?
Yes, you are.
Love that.
And the email just says, "Hi again, it's me. I'm Liberty. I do PR, freelance. I do creative production. Here's what I have. I'm selling myself. Do you want me?" And every season
I was like, block. Yeah, just kidding.
And every season I get 2-3 hits. And that's 2-3 shows that I can work on, 2-3 campaigns that I get to assist on, an event that I get to produce, something like that.
And look at you now.
But it's and
No, but look at this.
Here we are at the table.
Look at this, wait. Hello?
Thank you guys. So kind of going off of what Lucas said, what Archie said, what Freddie said, what we all said, it's really just find a mentor, find someone that inspires you, and then just fucking reach out and try. Yes. You have nothing to lose.
Yep.
You have nothing to lose. Even a no is not a lose.
Yes.
It's just a no, 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 no until you get that yes.
Yes, yes.
And then you're all set and you're having the fucking time of your life.
Yeah.
So.
It's true.
And I think that energy is really contagious. Just lean in and try and know what you have to offer to this industry and then back yourself and fucking do it. And every single one of you has done just that. And look where we are. And this experience is so rewarding. The energy of fashion and the energy in Paris during
100%.
Fashion Week is palpable. And I'm so glad that we got to have this time to all come together and talk about it and exchange and share and collaborate. And this has been really beautiful. So thank you for being a part of it, all of you.